It's Cece Wong here from Orlando, Florida. Wow, June has flown by, but want to make sure I get you a tool of the month before it's gone. I'm on my computer today because I'm going to share my screen in just a minute to share with you my online buyer questionnaire that I use with every buyer. I love this because it saves me time. I get all the information I need from the buyers to know where they're at and to be able to guide them to the next step. And so I use this to pre-qualify buyers to make sure I'm working with buyers that are in the right place and know where to guide them and how much time I need to spend with them. And I have a very specific process in working with buyers. It's like an 8-step process, and this is the very first step. There are scripts that I use as well to pre-qualify on the phone, but those are just quick questions to get an overview because once I talk to them on the phone, I send them the link to this questionnaire. I created it on Google Forms, so it's free. And I just added my header, and I'm gonna walk you through it so that way you can really see what it's like. So I do put an asterisk on the things that I definitely want them to answer. So their name, additional buyer name, that way I know who's all involved. So that would be my husband. And then that's who's on the getting the loan, buying the house with them. But this question is really important. Are there any other decision makers in your home purchase? Anyone else that must see the home before you submit an offer on a property? So this is really important. I'm actually with, you learn from your mistakes. I'm working with a buyer now who I was not aware their parents are a big part of the decision-making process. And they're actually somebody that I did not use this questionnaire with. And so that's why this questionnaire is just so helpful to know. And sometimes even, you may not even find out till later, but anyways, that's more rare cases. And how soon would you like to be in your home? So this tells me, how quickly we need to help these buyers, right? If they're telling me 1 to 2 years, then I will probably just keep them in my B team and continue talking to them, refer them to the lender, and just kind of keep in touch with them until they're ready, answer all their questions now so that I can establish the relationship with them for later. If it's 1 to 3 months, obviously let's get on a buyer consultation ASAP and set up your search to start looking for homes. How long have you been seriously looking? A lot of buyers now, it's so easy to go online to see homes, so they will choose their own websites to start searching, and maybe they've already been looking, for months or over a year. Any particular homes, areas, neighborhoods you really like? If yes, what do you like about them? And here we're learning about what they're looking for. What's most important to you about buying a house? It keeps it open-ended, and I know what their motivation is or what's most important to them. And I do ask, do you have a buyer agent that's been helping you? Because maybe they have already been seeing some homes with another agent. We need to find out if they had signed an exclusive buyer agent agreement or not. So this is really helpful to know. And how much money do you have set aside for down payment and closing costs? I give them a range so that it's just easier for them to select and have a good idea of whether they need to continue saving money or if they're ready. Do you have to sell a home before you close on your next home? Are you currently in a lease? If yes, when is your lease up? How much is your cancellation fee? That way, this is actually really helpful because a lot of times, if it's a first-time home buyer, they haven't even thought about this. So you're helping them gather that info. Let's see, I have to answer these before I go to the next. So now I go to next. Price range, what price range they're looking for. 1 million to 2 million. Type of home, single family home. Living space, what's their preferred square footage. City, area, neighborhoods. Number of bedrooms, bathrooms. These are just simple things that they can fill out. If garage, say they want a 3-car garage. Private pool, yes. Any other special needs or consideration? And is there a specific school district? Yes. School districts, they can specify what it is here. Do you have pets? Yes. If yes, what kind? Some neighborhoods have pet restrictions. Have you ever bought or sold a home in the past? how long ago. This tells me what their experience is. Are you interested in a new or resale? Is a community gate important to you? Anything else not addressed? And then here I actually start talking about their schedule. I let them know that buying a home is an important decision and it requires time. We recommend you start saving and reserving time off. You know, I'm letting them in advance that I'm also committed to our other customers, so we thank them in advance for understanding flexibility to arrange time that will work. And I tell them to list all the days and hours that they are available. You know, so if they can say Friday through Sunday or something like that, or every day after 3 p.m. They could do that. And then I get their contact information. So I get their contact info, the other buyer's information. I ask what's their preferred method of contact. I do a check-in call with them every week. So I have them pick a day. Just during lunchtime, I either text them or call them to check in with them. And I also have a spot for them to upload their driver license so that I can confirm who they are. And plus, I like to save their birthday into my calendar to be able to mail them a birthday card. And then they click submit. And so you see how I gathered a lot of information that really gives me all that I need to know. And what I do is I print this out, and the next step in the buyer process is a consultation. Now I'm offering them on Zoom, but I meet with them and I go over the buyer questionnaire and we discuss more in detail everything that they filled out. And this really helps me gather all the information without having to ask so many questions on the phone, but also is very non-intrusive, right? Because just like how you're to see a doctor, right? You can't just go right in and talk to the doctor and get a diagnosis. You have to go through a process. You usually have to fill out a new patient forms, right? Intake form. And so that's just so important, especially buying the largest asset that they'll probably own. So it's so important, and don't be afraid to ask this information because you are the professional guiding them to buying a home. And again, if you have any questions about this, please give me a ring and let me know, comment below. And if you're interested in any more of my buyer process, let me know. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.